Hi, this is Saeed. Today's video is to discuss about what mindset is needed for a winning trade or even a losing trade, or perhaps when you are trading and you are seeing consistent results, how to overcome your confidence and keep it on check. Recently, we've taken a trade on Tesla. We made money. In fact, our past trades has been consistent, and our equity curve on our last video can be seen. It's been going drastically up or gradually up. However, the Tesla trade has taken a huge spike down, and one of the reason we took that trade and it turned out to be a huge loss is we did not have the proper risk reward for our plan. And how do you, when you see a loss like that, how do you come across an obstacle like that? Given our account size when we started, $500 went to 1,300 or 1,200, and then from 1,300 we went to 2,200 on the Facebook trades, and then the Tesla trade gave us a boost to as high as 3,000, and then that Tesla same trade or the next trade took us right back to 1,300. Now that's a huge loss for a trader. Obviously anyone, perhaps when you have that kind of loss, it takes a big toll on you. How do you come across that? So the very first thing I like doing is this here is my daily book, and I write down my process, part of who I am, what type of trader I am, what type of entries I look for, how do I refine my strategy. I write down literally the same strategy over and over. In fact, just yesterday, this is my process. I've written down the same process over and over. So what this does, it instills in your head that this is the process that you follow, and no matter how the market trades, if the conditions are not met based on your process, you do not take the trade. And that's how I instilled that entire idea or that process in my head. As far as the loss, you always want to keep your losses at a minimum. As Larry Height said, if you bet all your chips, or let me take that back. If you don't bet, you can't win. And if you bet all your chips, you can't play. Or something along that phrase. So, in other words, you will always have losses, just like any business. As a trader, it is your goal, and it is always a mandatory thing where the loss is always minimal. You can take a $100 loss to make $300. You can take a $300 loss to make $1,200. But you have to know your account size, and you should not exceed that amount. So if your goal is that this is how much I'm willing to lose, and if it goes to that level, you have to leave that trade or exit that trade. If you don't, then there's no point. You are completely wrong, and that's where ego comes in, and you don't want to trade with ego. The market can chew you up, as you've seen. That $1,500, it sized us up right away, and that's not something we want to do. There is no point of losing more than what is needed. You can always make that back on a different trade. I know you'll have a lot of questions on this video, and I'd be happy to answer any of those questions. The other thing that I wanted to cover is every night, because we don't day trade, our trade is more of looking for the right opportunity on a higher time frame. We're looking for trades with the smart money. We're not looking for trades on a 1 minute or 5 minute, and that's not what we do. We're looking for the Goldman Sachs of the world, the Morgan Stanleys of the world, to push $10 million worth of position. Obviously, they don't trade on 1 minute or 5 minute. We look at the daily time frame. We want to see the best probabilities in our favor, given the size of our account and given the time that we have for trading. So once we see that opportunity, that's when we take the trade. And most of the time, I'm busy fine-tuning my process, drawing possible charts to see if this was the scenario, how would I take the trade? You always want to challenge yourself in situations like this, and that helps you instill the idea that when you see something like that, aha, you know that, all right, this is what you're supposed to do. So it's always good. I would recommend going to the dollar store or Staples, get yourself a book, and just write your thoughts away. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and like, and hopefully we can continue to drive more videos for you guys.